the drinkers and the non-drinkers, so there's people at Foxville who don't drink. The men perceived that there were about 12 drinks at Foxville versus 11. They were pretty well calibrated, assuming that they were comparing themselves to the males who drink 11. The female drinkers are also really well calibrated. So they said around, 10.6 drinks when that was really close to the male average. And we didn't ask gender differences. We've updated this survey since then. But it was my students who figured out that you should ask them, what do you think men drink? What do you think women drink? The non-drinking males, who are apparently the poor fraternity brother pledges who have to drag their drunken brothers around, they think those people are really drinking their faces off. That was a direct quote. With 13 drinks. The non-drinking females think that people are only having 8.5 drinks, and we think that's because those women can't imagine that anybody could ever drink 11 drinks. The students are telling me how to interpret this slide. I can analyze it all day. I have no idea what it means. And the fact that they are doing multi-factor ANOVA with, gender drinker interactions and, really, for a faculty member to have your students produce slides like this is just unbelievable. Here's another thing. My capstone team wrote 2 papers for the conference because they just didn't want to present their data analysis. They wanted to present their social norms marketing campaign that they also conducted. So they did that. Oh, another thing is we got money. We got money from the Offices of Health Promotion. We got money from the Z Society, the network, the parents program, Foxville Racing. So here I am trying to do this project with no money, because and all of this, and people are just coming out of the woodwork to give us money to do this work. Now I don't need to tell you what this slide says. This is a slide that I took out of Miriam's presentation at the engineering conference that she presented. So I don't obviously need to talk you through it, but it's very exciting to see that this was a slide that she presented, and they were all excited because they couldn't find any research done in the social norms arena where people were targeting a specific event, and they figured that out. I did not tell them that. They actually had campaign objectives that were based on the data, so they were actually trying to make real improvements. This is their slide. And I don't want to go over the whole thing, but I just want to show you why I'm so jacked up. This is their slide also. Here's the steps, right? They went through the whole process. They did the focus groups, they iterated, they came up with multiple interventions, posters. They had cups that they gave out at Foxfield, and it had pictures. So you're drinking your beer and you're so drunk and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go get some water. You could just look at your cup and it'll tell you where to go get some help. Their idea. And we also had newspaper ads and posters and all kinds of interventions. Those of you who have been to UVA can see that that door is one of the doors on the lawn. We have this thing called Who Vision. I didn't even know there was Who Vision. The students got our posters put on Who Vision. But this was all them. As a faculty member, I get to take credit for all their good work. This was all them. The other thing I'd like to mention is that, we've been continuing this work. So we've been doing all this work, and then, the real question is, okay, so you're doing social norms marketing, but is it having any impact? You're making posters. So, and are the students learning anything? So this year, we got some money from UVA's Office of Institutional Assessment to do and we did kind of a head-to-head deal. So there's a practice at UVA where I don't like to admit this, but I'm just going to tell you. So there's this practice at UVA called the 4th year fit. And the 4th years at the home football game, like the big one, they try to drink a fifth of alcohol, and it's really bad. And we've been studying this also. And we gave the students, instead of a Foxville case, we gave them a 4th year fifth case. But we wanted to see if it was any different or any more engaging than another health promotion case. So one section, we gave the 4th year fifth case. The other one, we gave them a driving while texting case. And we made the 2 cases. we asked the students if they were in the, fourth year, fifth case, did you learn something new about alcohol, or did you learn anything new about drinking? And then the same thing for the distracted driving. And we had a Likert scale. And in both cases, if you consider agree and strongly agree as a good answer, in both cases, over 70% of the respondents said that they learned something about the case, which is great, about the health promotion topic, which is great, because we didn't make them, right? We're trying to teach them like Wilcoxon-Stein rank tests and how to do multi-factor ANOVA and things of that nature. Okay, so they learned something. So what? That's good. We asked them the harder question. Did they actually change their behavior? Now, mind you, fourth year, fifth is a one-time event, and a lot of students don't do it. Only, I say only, I wish it was less, but only 18% of the students even try to do the fourth year, fifth, and some of them do it like splitting a bottle of wine, so they're not all really doing a fifth, thank goodness. But we actually had, a few students, and these are third years students who are going to be of the age to do the fourth year, fifth the following semester. And we actually had students admit, that they agreed that they're actually changing their behavior. And this is, mind you, this is a one-time event that hasn't happened for them yet, and they're already admitting that they're thinking of changing their behavior. We were expecting the distracted driving case would have more people actually changing their behavior, and the results are better with that case. But to me, this was just fantastic. And you all know this. Oh, I'm not going to change my behavior. Your marketing doesn't work on me. I mean, you know all that story. And here are students admitting that they think it was working. The other thing that we're doing is that students engage in this work and they want to do an independent study. If I can't do a capstone, they're volunteering to do independent studies. I have a third year student who is rising fourth year that's working for me this summer analyzing our Halloween data from last year. We've been working with ADAPT, which is the peer education group at UVA, for a few years, and now we're going to have an interdisciplinary capstone. My department doesn't know about it yet. I'm not going to tell them until it's already done, because then they'll yell at me again. I'm working with other faculty to put cases in their classes, and we're looking to see if we can pair with other disciplines. I'm putting up this one slide, and I don't really want to go over it, but I claim that we're having tangible impact on society. So some students are learning some single factor ANOVA and whatnot, but are your campaigns actually doing anything? Our students are looking at our interventions, and then the following year they're asking if people saw the interventions, and then collecting their Foxville drinking behavior data, and then comparing and seeing if people are drinking. We're comparing the people who saw the interventions to the people who didn't see the interventions, and showing that people are self-reporting having fewer drinks if they saw our interventions. Oh my gosh, we actually published this in a real journal instead of a student-focused one. So we're getting papers out of this stuff. We're having real impact. So I don't think I need to tell you why I've embraced this approach. I'm here. Why would I be here, right? I have this invitation to be able to come in and speak with your group and show you what I'm trying to do and get your free feedback, especially, I'm going to be here this evening. I mean, I'll be here, forever, but I'm happy to get, feedback and figure out how to do these things better. I have an opportunity to have wonderful collaborations, and these collaborations are not just with Susie, but it's with the students, and it's not just with the students when they're students, it's with the students when they're alumni. I'm still in contact with Neil. In fact, we're emailing over the weekend. That picture that you saw of him, he sent me because he wanted to make sure I had a really nice one. When I told him I was this picture, I mean, I want one in a suit. I want to look good. And I have these opportunities. I don't know why, but we keep getting all these awards, and I apologize because Susie keeps nominating or sending in these applications for awards that I don't really know what they are. But there's a thing called NESPA, and it's like a student affairs thing. And we got a